Hi everybody, welcome to the 435 Politics Show. This is Scott here, the host of the Scott Show. I host all 11 channels, soon to be 12 of the Scott Show. Our 12th is coming up. It is called Social Issues. We are launching that very soon. And we're going to get some guests and have some really great discussion on social issues very soon here on the Scott Show podcast. I'm excited. Hopefully we can get more than one guest. Kind of have a little debate going on. If not, I'll just have to pick a side. Because you know what? You can't pick and choose who you got. But you can pick and choose your cabinet if you are the President of the United States. And while he picked his cabinet and picked his advisors, one of them went rogue, folks. One of them pulled a Sarah Palin and went rogue. And this was Steve Bannon. So today, Steve Bannon wrote a book and had some scathing remarks about Donald Trump in there, talking about the Russia probe, talking about Donald Trump Jr. and Jared Kushner, and just all this different stuff. Donald Trump taking offense to it, saying that not only did Steve Bannon not know what he was talking about, but he has lost his mind. So saying that he has lost his mind is one of those things that just kind of blows me away. Yeah. So your thoughts on that in the comments section below would be awesome. And we'll make sure to make a comment on that on the next 435 Politics Show. Now, they also said Rex Tillerson is going to be leaving the Secretary of State position. They've been saying that forever. I'm still waiting for that to happen. We'll see if that ever happens. He has already had to replace Anthony Scaramucci. He's had to replace a whole bunch of people. Reince Priebus left. Sean Spicer left. So, quite a few people already gone out of the Trump White House. Bannon being one of them. Omarosa, gone. There was no use for her anyway. I don't even know how she got, Trump just loves people who show him, that are loyal to him. And I get that. And I understand that. You want to have people who around you. And it makes sense. But at the same time, you also have to have the best people. And you get that pick when you're the president. So it is what it is. But this fight will not go away, will not die, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Steve Bannon. See how many people get behind Bannon compared to how many people stay behind Trump, and we'll go with that. In other news, I wanted to pull out some news before we get to one of the big discussions, and that's the election cycles coming up. We got Paul Manafort, the former campaign manager of Donald Trump, suing Robert Mueller. And pretty much the government suing the special group that's working on the Russia probe. And, I could see that he actually might win. I mean, what he's fighting and saying is it has nothing to do with the election, my work in Russia, and all this other stuff. If he's guilty and oh well, but he's just saying it has nothing to do with anything, and you're barking up the wrong area. So it'll be interesting, and I want to see what happens with that. I'm surprised that it happened, but I'm strangely interested. And in other news, Tina Smith and Doug Jones will now have the name before Tina and Doug. It'll be Senator, as Tina Smith is the brand new senator from the state of Minnesota, formerly the lieutenant governor, and Doug Jones is now Senator Doug Jones from the great state of Alabama. Roll Tide to you, Mr. Jones. Alright, and they take over for Al Franken. Of course, Tina Smith takes over for Al Franken, who resigned from the Senate. And Doug Jones takes over for Luther Strange, who was appointed by the Alabama governor to take over for Jeff Sessions. So Doug Jones is he is a different cat than what we saw in Luther Strange and Jeff Sessions. Of course, Doug Jones is a Democrat. This turns a little bit of the heads there, and it's 51-49. But with Trump pissing off all the senators, it's going to be even harder for him to pass the bills that he wants. So we will see what happens in the near future with that. California is talking about their budget, and they have a huge budget, billions of dollars in California. But they also have now weed that is legal. Pot, marijuana, whatever you want to call it, it's legal in California. And I was thinking the show Weeds at the same time. They wouldn't even need to have that show. She wouldn't even need to sell pot. How crazy is that? That's going to be a big boom to the budget in California. I think that it's going to alleviate a lot of the stress that's put on how much money they have and how much money they have to spend. Of course, I think pot growers are going to get amazingly rich, and good for them. Good for them. I'm not a huge fan, of the drug myself, but if you are going to make it legal, tax the crap out of it, and save your state, because you guys are in some major financial needs. Vito Perillo, I want to give him a special shout out. 93 years old, and he's the new mayor of a small town in New Jersey. 93 years old, wins the election, and gets sworn in today as the mayor of New Jersey, a small city in New Jersey. Vito Perillo, big time shout out to you, and just awesome. Thanks for being a candidate and running for office, and hell, thanks for winning. Not a Vietnam vet, World War II vet. So that's even cooler. North Korea saying they have bigger missiles and bigger buttons than Americans do. Americans fighting back saying we got not only bigger, they actually work. And surprisingly, they're not going to blow up our own cities. Now, if you haven't heard about this, North Korea launched a missile that blew up in their own city. There were only 200,000 people living in the city, and there's major damage in the city. Of course, nobody's ever going to see the pictures, and that one woman who goes absolutely ape crazy when Kim Jong-un does something amazing, probably won't say anything about it, so you'll never hear about it on TV, at least in North Korea. There you go. Now, here's another little funny fact about North Korea I want to throw out in the little politics section, and it is this. Now, South Korea has been trying to call the North Korea hotline. Apparently they have a hotline where they can have a conversation. It's just the coolest thing. It's a great conversation you can have with your, with both sides. So North Korea has been getting this call for the last 2 years and just not answering the phone. So they've tried every single day to call, every single day. Christmas. We just want to wish you Merry Christmas. Birthdays. We just want to wish Kim Jong-un a happy birthday. Whatever works. North Korea has had this phone ringing for 2 years and has not answered it. What the hell? Now, my sources... No, I'm kidding. I don't have any sources in North Korea. If I did, I would, not like them too much, because, I'm not a big fan of North Korea. I'm sure the people are fine, but I don't see how they can live in that kind of dictatorship state. And I know I'm going to have conspiracy theorists come and say that so is the United States, whatever, I don't care. But North Korea has had Kim Jong-un, and, he's been, Kim Jong-un before that, and Kim Jong-il, or however it was. I can't see how they can live through that. So, North Korea wants to send a delegation for the Olympics to South Korea, because that's where the Olympics are. I would not be surprised to see that being the beginning of war if they bomb the Olympics. But if they bomb the Olympics, then they'd be bombing everybody, and every country would hate them. So it's going to be really weird to see what happens. I would love to just see the Olympics go on without problems. I'd love to see the United States and North Korea in a battle in some kind of sport or some kind of thing. Kim Jong-un said he was going to send a delegation. If he does send a delegation, in what sports? Did they qualify? Are they any good? Who knows? I would love to see that. So coming up in 2018, we have the midterm elections. We could turn around the Senate. The Democrats could, with Arizona. And Kristen Sinema running as the Arizona, right now she's a representative. She's running for Senate out there. And she has a great shot of winning. I think she's probably one of the most dynamic candidates out there right now. Also, you have other candidates running. And it's interesting. I mean, you could turn around the House. You could turn around the Senate. Where does it happen? I don't know. So, check it out. Nevada is going to be another one that's up, but Arizona is going to be a big one. And I'm sure that John McCain's seat is going to be up sometime in the next 2 or 3 years. I know he just got reelected, if I'm correct. So, unfortunately, he has brain cancer. So, he's very, very ill right now. And if he can't move forward, I would love to see what happens with that. But he's trying, and, John McCain is a damn good senator, no matter what party aisle you're on there. He's the maverick. He's the guy. So, there you go. Alright, and then 2020 will roll around, and we're going to be electing a brand new president of the United States. Maybe. Now, some people say Trump is going to be the guy still. Other people are saying Joe Biden will run. They're saying Cory Booker from New Jersey, Elizabeth Warren. You have lots of different groups and people saying that they're going to run for office. Let's see what happens. Now, I did have a question brought to me via the Wire Club, which is a group that I'm in, that I enjoy to be in, and I think it's wonderful. So I want to give them a shout out first, the Wire Club. And the question was, how can Trump like Bannon at first, and then say that he doesn't talk to him or know him or whatever? He can say whatever he wants to because he's the president. He can admit that he talks to him, but he doesn't make his decisions for him. Because truly he doesn't. I think Donald Trump makes his own decisions for Donald Trump. I think Steve Bannon was useful to Donald Trump, but now isn't useful because he wants to raise a stink about whatever happened. It's when you piss somebody off, and then you're done pissing said person off. It just happens. And so I would like to see what happens next. It's a great soap opera. But I also like to see some bills passed and some things happen that we actually need to happen in this country. So that's my best answer for that. I am not Donald Trump. I don't know how he can take that. I would be pissed if I was Donald Trump, though, too. And somebody just attacking my who I am as a person, yeah, I'd be pissed. So I can't deny that I would be very upset in what I think. So, folks, this is the 435 Politics Show. We have lots of cool podcasts, 11 to be precise. We got a few more coming up tonight. In fact, I've been going crazy with podcasts, as I will be. And join us. Check us out. Love us. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on Spreaker.com. We love comments. We love likes, and even dislike us. At least you listened. And I want to thank you guys for listening to the 435 Politics Show. We'll catch you here real soon. thescottshow.com is where you can find it out. Scottshow.com. Check us out and have a great night.